players?
Yeah, I think the first half wasn't what we're used to in terms of performance this season. I think we've never really shown, we've hardly shown halves or games where we've lacked urgency and intensity in our play. And today we seriously lacked it in the first half. So the 3 subs were probably could have made more or different subs, but I made them for impact to try and inject a bit more urgency, a bit more personality. We needed to drag ourselves out of what was a lethargic performance, and we did do that, to be fair. Yeah, well, I think the individuals that have come on have done well, and we made some changes in both games before this, and individuals have had nice impacts. Today was more of a collective. Of course, if we didn't have the extra subs, I wouldn't make the 3 at half time. But the reason the subs are here is because we're trying to probably prevent injury, and obviously understand that the players have missed a proper serious pre-season. So I suppose a bit of a lethargic performance, we can maybe look at the fact that we've had 2 pretty big games in a week, a very difficult game on Thursday. So I'll give the lads a bit of credit on that term, and the fact that they showed enough to turn it around and win a game against a good opposition. I don't think we played that badly this season for 45 minutes. But we played a lot better than that and lost games, in fact. So as I say, when it looks like I'm criticising, I'm actually positive about the fact that that's not the norm for us. But I felt like it had to be addressed. And as I say, it'll give the players a bit of leeway because of the situation. These are tight turnarounds, and sometimes it's relatively understandable. So I wasn't happy with that. We're not happy with that. The players want to win this game. We knew we needed more. We were fortunate not to be losing at half time, and they delivered more.
For the team?
Yeah, it's certainly that. I could have made different changes as well. And in Mason's situation, he has played 2 games in a week and gave a lot of input against Manchester City for 90 minutes. For Reece James, he hasn't played in a long time since lockdown, and Billy the same. So there are contributing factors around it, and they're going to be top players for this club no matter what. They're going to have top careers in football, like really, really top careers, because of the players they are. So this, whether you can call it a learning experience, I didn't do that. It was just a fact of how I saw the game. And, they can take it on board. They're all good lads. They all train well. They've all got great ethic, and they never have a problem with them at all, the 3 of them. So I've got no worries. It was just the circumstances today.
Simon, that first half went, and sort of try and point out where they went wrong or went right?
Yeah, I possibly will, Simon. I spoke to them all briefly at half-time and at the end, because it does happen in football. This is what it is. So it's not, sometimes it's a tough game for different reasons, but I will happily speak to them. I've got no problem with them. It certainly doesn't feel an issue where I can say they didn't give me everything for a reason. No, the performance was lethargic for the whole team. And they were part of that. In fact, individually, it's very tough to stand out when a performance is like that anyway. So I'll say that to them, and it's no problem. It's no problem. If it is a bit of a learning one, then fine. As I say, if I had a problem with anyone with attitude and work ethic, I would certainly talk to them about it. I don't have it with them. So it'll be a very brief conversation and we move on. They're going to be big players for us.
Since that momentary lapse last November?
Well, I think he's always been. I played with Ross, and I know he's a great lad. He wants to be the best player he can be and has a great attitude in that sense. So I won't touch on that one. All I'll say is that before we went into lockdown, he put in some really good performances for us just before. His attitude has been spot on in training since the minute we've been back, how he trains, how he looked after himself in lockdown. And he was unfortunate not to start against Villa. And since then, he's made impact in every game he's played. So a great example of when you train at a level, when you have that attitude and when you have the quality that Ross has. He can score goals, he can shoot with both feet. He makes the box. He defended well. He showed great discipline in his game against Manchester City. So he's just reaping the benefits. And I've got lots of time for Ross. He's a big player for us. We saw that today and in the last 3 games.